I never believed in ghosts. Not until I saw something that should not have existed. This happened years ago, when I first started dating my girlfriend, JoJo. She was funny, kind, smart. But there was one thing about her that always confused me. She refused to sleep alone. At first, I thought she was joking. Then one night, she looked me straight in the eyes and whispered, "There's someone standing in my room every night." I laughed. She didn't. She told me it wasn't a dream. It wasn't sleep paralysis. It wasn't her imagination. She said a tall black figure would appear in the corner of her bedroom, and simply watch her. Never speaking. Never moving. Just watching. I tried to explain it away. Maybe stress. Maybe shadows. Maybe old memories playing tricks on her mind. She only shook her head. Then she said something that made my stomach tighten. "One day, you'll see it too." Weeks passed. Nothing happened. I started believing she was finally getting over it. Then she asked me to spend the weekend at her house. Her parents were away. It was supposed to be a quiet night. We watched movies. Ordered pizza. Laughed until after midnight. Everything felt normal. Around 2 a.m., the lights suddenly flickered. Just once. Then again. JoJo immediately froze. Her smile disappeared. She slowly looked toward the hallway. "I told you." She whispered. "He's here." I rolled my eyes. Trying to act brave. I grabbed my phone and walked into the hallway. Nothing. Just darkness. I came back and told her everything was fine. She didn't answer. She was staring behind me. Her face had turned completely white. I slowly turned around. At the end of the hallway, a tall shadow stood perfectly still. It had no face, no eyes, no sound. It was darker than the darkness around it. I blinked. It was gone. I told myself I imagined it. Then, a whisper filled the hallway. So quiet, I couldn't understand the words. But I knew one thing. The voice wasn't human. Every hair on my body stood up. JoJo grabbed my arm. "We have to leave." We rushed toward the front door. Just before opening it, a loud crash exploded upstairs. It sounded like furniture being thrown across the room. We both looked at each other. Neither of us wanted to go back. But all of our keys, phones, and wallets were still inside. I forced myself upstairs. My hands were shaking. The bedroom door was wide open. The room looked completely destroyed. The mattress had been flipped over. The closet doors were open. Drawers were dumped onto the floor. Everything had been torn apart. But nothing had been stolen. The window was still locked from the inside. Every door was locked. No one could have entered. Police searched the house. They found no footprints. No fingerprints. No signs of forced entry. Their report simply said, "No evidence of intrusion." Years have passed since that night. JoJo still refuses to talk about it. And I still don't know what I saw. Maybe it was a person. Maybe it was my imagination. Or maybe some things don't need a body to remind you they're there. Because even now, whenever I wake up in the middle of the night, I always check the darkest corner of my room first. Just in case. Something is standing there. Watching. Waiting. Without making a sound. People always say, "Don't answer the door after midnight." I wish I had listened. This happened during my senior year of high school. My parents had left town for the weekend. My best friend, Evan, came over so I wouldn't be alone. We ordered pizza, played video games, and laughed until almost midnight. It felt like the perfect night. Then, the doorbell rang. Once. Long slow. We looked at each other. Neither of us was expecting anyone. I checked my phone. 12:41 a.m. Who visits a house after midnight? I peeked through the front window. Standing under the porch light, was an old woman. She wore a faded gray dress. Her hair covered most of her face. She wasn't moving. She wasn't knocking. She was just, waiting. Evan whispered, "Don't open it." So we didn't. After nearly a minute, she slowly turned around, and disappeared into the darkness. We both laughed nervously. Maybe she had the wrong house. Maybe she needed help. That's what we wanted to believe. 20 minutes later, the doorbell rang again. This time, 3 quick rings. Ding. Dong. Ding. Then silence. I looked outside. Nobody. The porch was empty. But as I closed the curtain, I noticed something. The backyard gate was open. I was sure it had been locked. My stomach dropped. Evan grabbed a flashlight. We checked every room. Every closet. Every window. Nothing. We locked the gate and came back inside. Around 2 a.m., we finally decided to sleep. Then, we heard footsteps. Not outside. Inside. Slow, careful, walking across the kitchen floor. Every step echoed through the house. Neither of us moved. The footsteps stopped outside my bedroom. Someone gently touched the doorknob. Click. 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 It wouldn't open because I had locked it. Then, a soft voice whispered, "Please, let me in." It sounded exactly like the old woman. Neither of us answered. The whisper came again. This time, much closer. "I know you're awake." My heart felt like it would explode. Evan quietly called 911. We stayed completely silent. For the longest 5 minutes of my life, the person outside never stopped trying the door. Then, everything went quiet. Police arrived minutes later. They searched the entire property. The house was empty. But one officer found something that made us both freeze. Fresh muddy footprints. They started at the back fence, led through the yard, and stopped right outside my bedroom window. There were no footprints leading away. The officers searched the neighborhood until sunrise. No one was ever found. To this day, whenever someone rings my doorbell late at night, I never rush to answer. Because sometimes, the person outside isn't asking for help. They're waiting for you to unlock the door.